When I see what's happening, and I've had chopper pilots on all this week telling me that there's a couple hundred independent private chopper pilots doing 10 times the work that our government's doing. There's a couple choppers down there, a couple Black Hawks, a couple state trooper and sheriff choppers, but no big federal agencies helping out. And then I hear FEMA's almost broke. What in the... I mean, she's standing up there, Madison, and I mean Miss Harris, and she's applying for the best job, the biggest job in the world. And for 4 years, every single crisis, you guys have screwed up. And you're doing one right in front of our eyes, 33 days to the election, and you want us to vote for you? Give me a break. I mean, anyway, Madison, can you confirm, are there still hundreds missing and possibly a couple thousand still trapped in the Carolinas and Tennessee?
Yeah, and it is a very, very intense battleground state, which a lot of the decisions of who will go into the White House will rest on North Carolina. They've done their best to try and nuke your gubernatorial candidate, which is all lies and made up BS, in my opinion. But now that they know that there's an area that's been completely destroyed, listen, you can't vote if you physically cannot vote. And so when you start looking at what's going on in Western North Carolina, start looking at the statistics and realize that the majority of these mountain towns, aside from the hellhole that is Asheville, the city of it, it is hardcore Republican people who will vote for Donald Trump and will sway the election in North Carolina. So there is an argument to be made that, them slow rolling the response could be a tactical decision.
I agree. I totally agree. And like I said earlier, to wrap things up, these leftist, elitist, East Coast snobs that are running this country right now don't care about the people living in those mountain communities, even though we pay all of your frickin' salaries with our taxes. I am so... Madison, thank you for coming on. Yeah, you didn't do a good job at calming me down, and that's okay. But I think every American needs to be upset about what's happening to their fellow Americans. Madison Cawthorn, former congressman from North Carolina,